Hey, Potato, welcome back. It's too bad I didn't see your messages before the raid. I mean, you typed them on Discord too, so that worked out well. Um, yeah, but yeah, good to see you. Hey, Pomada. So today is the last day before vacation, and I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but I know people are still going to be probably out of the loop. But yeah, I'll be gone from tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow until the 28th is my first stream back. So yeah, if you're going to mark anything on your calendar, put that on your calendar. The news that I shared on Monday, I'm still just going to share it now, but then I'll probably end up deleting it. I booked an interview with Malmsey. I think that's September 6th. Let me take a look. Yeah, September 6th. So that should be another interesting time. UI session, I should say UI/UX session. That's with Funky Monkey. That'll be September 11th. This isn't really news. This isn't really news. The vacation I already just talked about. So yeah, I think that's about it. So let's delete that. Then this other thing, wonder what your first message is. I could find it and tell you because Twitch makes it pretty easy if you have fewer than about 1,000 messages and you have 209. And your first message was this. Those fingers are on fire. So now you know. Yeah, so there was a thread I wanted to chat about, and I rarely do this, but there was an article that was posted a while ago saying indie publishing is just not sustainable. And it was by someone I'm not familiar with. Their name is Mike. I don't know what their credentials are or anything. And one of the things that this person said is, let's see, players care less about whether a game is gorgeous. I feel like after you've been making a game for a year, the stuff you're adding is not coming back to you. That's hard because there will be certain types of games that just can't be made. But unfortunately, right now, that's the way it is. And then there's this thread on Twitter. Again, I don't know who this person is either, but they said, I feel like I should put this at the top. The thing I most agree with is dev time is not equal to more sales. I'd also go so far to say that I've seen a lot of pitches lately where my only feedback is they don't need funding. They need to wrap it up and start their next game. So it'd be really nice. I wanted to just chat about this for a little bit. It'd be nice to know exactly what they mean here, because the way that, like, my own conclusions from this are some games can't be monetarily viable without, like, I guess, major changes, such major changes that it's just a different game at that point. And that you hit a point of diminishing returns on just dev time. And I guess the other conclusion is maybe you know early on if a game will be good. Hey, Matt, I don't have a QWERTY command. I think I have a Colmac command, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I use Colmac. I'll alias QWERTY to that. This is interesting. I wonder what publishers look at for a game. And I wonder, and when do you get published? Or when do you get a publisher? How early on in terms of like percentage into development? And I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm not going to belabor this. If we don't, nothing comes out of this in the next 5 minutes, then fine, whatever, we'll just move on. But the reason why I wonder about this stuff is I made a lot of mistakes with Botland, and I'm trying to learn from that this time. I think one of the things that's the most important maybe is product market fit and making sure that you're making a game that people actually want to play. And that's why the number one thing I've been asking on those feedback forums is, did you have fun playing? And I think we're making something that people want to play, and people have already said, oh, I've been having fun. I played for however much content there is. And I think that's a good sign. If you have a game that's going to last for, I don't know, 6 months of dev time, yeah, that whole when do you get the publisher bit, do you, after 1 month and you have a very rough prototype, or later on you have a playable game, and that what do they look at is like, how are they making these decisions on what they want to back and what they think is going to be successful? And I think they're probably doing a couple of things. I think they're looking at your game, but then they're also probably looking at what games are similar, what's been released. If the 17th Stardew Valley clone of the year comes out, I don't, it's like they probably wouldn't want to publish another one. Anyway, I'm gonna delete this. I just wanted to think out loud about that. I want to make sure I'm not making a mistake, and I guess practically everybody does when they've got a project they care about. And what does it mean to make a mistake, and what does it mean to not make a mistake? I had some stuff written down for Wednesday, and I believe Darkstorm did some PRs that I need to take a look at. Look at PRs. You know, Muscleman, I actually named my, where is this? Here it is. I named my computer Adam's Apple, which I chuckle when I see this. So there it is. It's what you're seeing me develop from. PRs. Should we take a look at them now? What did I just do? Refactor some sign-related code. Items dropping on the ground. Fix bug with hello items. Okay, I'm gonna check this in. I'm gonna push this, I guess. This may cause some conflicts over here. Let's take a look at this PR. Add new tile map layer resource. This PR adds a new resource and new initial atlas, which has been created from existing images from the sprite pack. Main purpose is to have all building blocks that will be used in the game in one place and with proper auto tile functionality. Atlas will be cleaned up and expanded in the future once we require more sprites like vegetation and trees. This only adds a T-Res and PNG without changing anything in the town yet. Prep work. Technically be used already to do mockups. Okay. Oh wow, interesting. I guess dark changed around the auto tiles that we have. Yeah, very interesting. Where did the, okay, that's just the import thing. Yeah, so this is probably what, huge? And this probably has, yeah, this has like all the auto tiles and stuff. There's no real reviewing this inside of a text editor. I need to open this up in Godot. So I suppose let's do that. GHPR list. Check out 255. Now load this up. Close every tab. All right, now load up the town. The town should have, in its tile map, these new auto tiles, I guess. Not here, but it's possible that they're just not even used by this yet. Yeah, let's make sure we even have the code. Worldatlas.png. Yes, we do. So, oh yeah, of course we don't have anything using this because all we have is the ping and then the T-Res file. So nothing has been pointed at the ping, or nothing's been pointed at the T-Res file. I don't actually totally know how you do that. I guess it's a tile set. World.tres open. It is a tile set. Okay, so then we just set the tile set over here. By doing this, it's going to like totally break the entire map we have. But let's go try it out. Where does that exist? Assets, resources, here. Yeah, broke the whole tile map. But that's okay. And then we can paint in, yeah, so now we have this stuff. So now we can paint in a different map. I'm going to just try this out for a little bit. I'm not going to make anything that looks good. So let's just draw some stuff. Yeah, so this is super cool because I didn't even know this thing existed, but there's something called Web Tiler. And it's this. You can drag in an image that only has some of the tiles you need, and it'll generate, I guess, all of the tiles that you need. And I didn't know this is something you could do mechanically. Hey, Spurman. Long time no see. So yeah, now we can draw maps that look a little bit better. Unfortunately, we still need all the connection points. It's like we're not going to have connections that look good between any two arbitrary tiles. So you see me drawing this right now and it looks a little weird. Actually, why does it look that weird? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I needed to fix the insides of this. Yeah. But yeah, this is looking pretty good. And then what do we have? Light grass to light dirt. Well, yeah, we would need connection points between them at some point if we want that to look a little bit better. Okay, anyway, PR looks good. Let's go delete everything I just did. Are there no changes? I guess I never saved the scene. If you just, oh yeah. I just wanted to make sure that I understood what was going on here and everything. That was more for reviewing the PR than for doing anything. So I'd say this looks good. Let's check this in. There we go. Hit Broken Crown. All right, now switch back to main. All right, so there's that. So the first thing I had written down was build the storeroom. Maybe we don't even have the concept of building it yet, but we just add the first item display. There's a question before we get to this that I don't really have the answer to just yet, but what do you click to upgrade the storeroom? And idea number one is, what if there were a signpost wherever the next item display would show up? Idea number two, there's a static interaction point. 2A is it's an NPC, and 2B is there's a sign somewhere for the storeroom. All right, thanks, Darkstorm. I kind of like idea number one. Right now in the game, this is something that you do via a button. You can move the VS Code icons up there. Oh, these ones? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have asked about that. You just go to activity bar position and set it to the top. Yeah, it is pretty helpful. So this is what I'm talking about over here. We right now have this button. So if I click this, we're getting more item displays in the town. What if we had a signpost wherever the next one would go? I think that would look fine. How big are the signs? They're not that big. They produce particles though, and I'm worried that the particles might be distracting. Maybe you don't need particles for that. But I kind of like the signpost idea. And it could be different from when you build the very first one. So yeah, imagine that this sign were over there and I click it and it says storeroom display. Lets you hold one more item. Cost, whatever, 50G. And you could build it, or you could say maybe later. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Put a signpost at where the next item display will be. Hey, Appleseed, yeah, there's quite a lot that's been done. Also, this was just done, which I think is super cool, but items now spew out of the portal and then workers can go pick them up. But they have this little bounce effect, which is pretty nice. And then they fade out. And you can also drag them. That's another thing that's different. So like I could put this weapon. I need to build the blacksmith. I don't have enough money. Build and put this here. Actually, no, I wanted the bow. Give me the bow. It's hard to pick the correct item. But if I accept this quest, then I can put this into there, yeah. Okay, but we need to still build the storeroom first. Put a signpost for building the very first storeroom. That'll probably change the terrain. All right. Let's go do that. What do we have? We have guild sign. And we have shop sign. So now we need a storeroom sign. I tried to press save. I just didn't. All right, storeroom sign. There we go. I think you're looking for specs, maybe. Are you enjoying the markdown shortcuts in Google Docs? Yeah, I really only rarely need them because only every once in a while do I copy or paste from Obsidian and Google Docs, or between the two of them, I guess. But when I do need to, it comes in handy. There are some features when I worked at Google that were in Docs in the internal facing version that haven't made it to the external facing version, and I'm waiting for those. But I'm thinking now maybe they'll never come. Maybe they were only for the like paid version. What's it called? Google Workspace. So every once in a while I try it and it doesn't work. I can't tell what it is. I can't share what it is. I mean, I want to find out what devices it'll be released on. Oh, I see. It'll just be all the PC platforms. So Windows, Mac, Linux. And then if it's popular, I would release a mobile version probably, but I would need to do a lot of development for that. So much more ergonomic than reaching for modifiers. Well, the other thing you might like is, this was already the case, but you can just type Markdown into Google Docs. Oh, wait, hang on a second. I had Netflix open. I don't know if it's still open. No, it's not. You can just type Markdown in here. There's a way to, I don't remember how you do this. There's some like format option thing, preferences maybe. Yeah, enable Markdown. So you can just type directly in and do something like hash test, hash test2, and then underscores, italics. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah, what I was talking about, just to be clear, is this shortcut. Paste from Markdown and copy to Markdown, or copy, what's it called? Oh, you need to select text and then do it. Yeah, copy as Markdown. Yeah. Yeah, these are new. And this is really nice because that lets you take something from over here and get it exactly in the same format. You know, if I just copy pasted this, for example, and said paste from Markdown, it's like, we got our links, we got our bold text. Actually, why was that bold? Huh, that is bold. Yeah. Well, now you know. All right, so storeroom sign, and we need a special, ooh, that's not needed. We need a special dialogue spawner for this. Takes in the town. On build shop is invoked. Why is the town needed? For money? I'm guessing it's just for money. I think it is. All right, we got to go look at the inherited classes and see where they use this stuff. This is to initialize this, which has the cost. And yes, modifying money. Cool. Yeah, I don't have a genre command. Everything that you might want would be in the FAQ, and for you to be typing those commands means it must not be there. Yeah. I think it's close enough to the idle genre is what I'd probably say. I wonder if I should say, where is this going to launch? On Mac, Windows, Mac, Linux. No mobile at first. Yeah. No, you're not distracted. Don't worry about it. Okay, so let's go make a new script then. What is this one? Shop sign, detach, and attach. I wish this thing would just remember where I made the last script. What's this called? Storeroom sign? Yeah. Kind of fits in the management genre too. Yeah, and I think the marketing materials for this game are really important. I haven't started them yet, really, but the trailer, the text on the Steam page, whatever we categorize it as, that's all really going to matter. Because I don't want, there are a couple things I don't want. I don't want for people who don't like idle games to say, this is idle, don't want to play it. And the people who like idle games to say, this isn't what I expect. And I feel like someday I just want to make something that fits so perfectly into the genre that people can just say, yep, this does this stuff well. I have no confusion whatsoever. Hey guys in lab. Is a good asset bundle on Humble Bundle right now? Is it free? Because the only way I would probably get something for a game I'm not even thinking about yet is if it were totally free. I don't even know how to find this. Whoa, what? Since when does Humble Bundle have stuff like this on there? Huh. Hey, Phil. All right, take care, Potato. I guess you truly are just passing by right now. All right, so the storeroom sign going to be pretty similar to the shop sign, I'm guessing. We don't need an item category. We do need it on build. We probably need it in it. So let's go copy all this stuff. This inherits from signpost, though. Oh, there's a different price for the bundle. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's probably worth it for me. It's not like it's Well, I'll say a couple things. One, I've always found it a little curious that people can even use asset packs for artwork because rarely will you have all the assets you need. And then when you try to find other assets, they don't tend to match the same style. So I think it'd probably be the same with a 3D thing if I were to buy one right now without a game in mind. Like, what would I be doing, I guess? All right, so shop data, I don't need that. The sign text, what is this going to say? Build storeroom. Hey, Pimplop. I've been interviewing 30 minutes for our first engineer role. So nervous. I wish you luck. I don't know if it's your first interview as well, but I think the best way to overcome nerves, as sucky as it sounds, is to just do a lot of whatever it is you're nervous about. So think of it this way. You have a chance of getting the job, but also even if you just do the interview, you'll get better at interviewing. And that's at least nice to know. First round interview, SRE role. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope it goes well. And yeah, the more you do it, the less you'll feel nervous. I think the hard thing about interviews is it's not really like ethically right to interview when you have absolutely no intention of leaving. So the best way to get experience is to practice, but you can only practice so much and have something on the line. Then once you get a job, it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to interview year round again, right? As opposed to something like playing piano in front of people. At that point, you could do that the rest of your life. There's no question about it. On build. All right, so spawn dialog. We need a build storeroom dialog. Yeah. Also, hi everybody who just dropped in. Sir Puffin, Sockton, Jess. Yeah, cool. Let's make a new one of these. Do you C# at your job? This pretty much is my job. So I guess yes, but I think the spirit of your question is that this is what you see me doing is my job. You know, now that I think about it, why does this even need a custom script? What does this do that's special? Pretty much. Oh, wait, no, this isn't special. Oh, this is just a build dialog. So wait a second. Why do we have a custom anything here then? This shouldn't even exist. Well, well, well. Look at what I've just discovered. So let's look for :build dialog. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then let's see. Is there a special scene for that? Build guild dial. There is. Why did I do this? Oh, because I needed to give it a different script. I see. That's not really important, is it? On click. Shouldn't be on click. They should be called on build or something. Okay, there's a couple of minor cleanup things I think I want to do. Clean up, rename build dialog.on click to on build. And then consider whether special scenes should even exist for anything inheriting from build dialog. They don't override anything. We have a build shop dialog, right? And all it is oops. What? Wait, what? I'm very confused right now. What is the script on this? Build dialog. So then how do we make a build shop dialog? Ah, we just initialize it differently. Yeah, I don't think that needs to exist. Delete build guild dialog and just do what we did for build shop dialog. Wait, but then even delete this, right? There's no point. Yeah. So delete build guild dialog and build shop dialog and just initialize build dialog. Yeah. Oh, the old C# joke. You can outrun a lot of things, but you can never outrun that joke. All right, so we don't need a build storeroom dialog. We're just going to go instantiate a build dialog and do a bunch of stuff. So let's do that. Build dialog. Oh, wow, these are already build dialog. It's really stupid then. Oh, well, what are you going to do? I think we just initialize this with the town. And then we need what? Title, description, and cost. So title is going to be storeroom. And it's going to be allows you to store items without them disappearing. And I don't know how much it's going to cost. Sure, 100. That's actually probably dumb. It should probably cost way less than that. Storeroom cost. 50. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers here. We'll figure it out eventually. Interesting that this is even here. Yeah, this should be done from a base class. Cool. Spirit man. I might actually start using that. I'm not sure. All right, invoke this, get rid of this, and that. And it looks pretty good. All right, so now we need a sign in the game. I didn't make one, did I? I did make one. I don't even remember doing this, and this was like 5 minutes ago. And then we need to go into the signs scene and instantiate a storeroom sign. And we need to put this here. That's pretty good. Hey, Feardrop. Did your first stream last night? The guy who came in to talk to me kept asking who I would tickle if I had the chance. Well, that's certainly interaction. Did you like it though? Yeah. Hey, PWS. Yeah, welcome back. And totally fine. Yeah, I wasn't expecting a response immediately. Hey, Pat. Said James Corden, so it would prevent him from talking again. Did it prevent him from talking again? It feels like that's the kind of thing where this person would just find other questions to ask. Also, I will say this. One of my biggest pieces of advice for new streamers is don't hesitate to remove people who detract from the experience. I think so often new streamers, I read about this online, they've got, like a handful of viewers, and they're like, well, that one person who's being a jerk represents 20% of my viewership. It's like, yeah, but what, are you just going to keep them around forever? So you just block them or ban them? I think you can choose what you want to do, but it's got to be some action, and it's either like talk to them about the behavior, purge them, or ban them. Yeah. I think it was just being a jerk. Yeah. I don't know the vibe exactly. Some people do this to kind of, I don't know, like there's nice trolling and there's mean trolling, and I don't know which one of those it was, just based on what you said. Started working on a coworker turned friend startup less than 2 weeks ago. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah. What's the focus of the startup? My fear level rising. No, I try to have bans be permanent in my chat, so I usually try to talk to people first. Yeah, purge means showing up to their house in a mask. Yeah, it's the day of the year when any crimes are just legal, so that's what you do. Just pick a crime, maybe rob them. No, purge, in case anyone doesn't know, it just deletes all their chat messages. And I guess timeout is on top of that. It purges and then they can't type for like 10 minutes or something. Did you notice how I didn't give mine? It was James Corden. Associated class cannot be found. Source scene script storeroom sign. I don't even know how this could have happened. I didn't even have this there. Okay, so we need something listening to this sign. And I added the sign, and then I need the signs thing. And we need to initialize that. Hopefully this looks exactly like the other ones did. Not quite, but now quite. Storeroom sign. That's what we want. Okay, so this is going to be storeroom sign. Okay, you know what? Just copy this everywhere. And there. All right, I think we're good. Let's try it out. Actually, wait, no, we're not good. What am I talking about? We need an on build. What does that? What does that indeed? Make guild. We just add it directly to the town. Okay, that's a little strange. So I guess we don't need an event here. We don't. Oh, we do save this, don't we? No, this is. Yeah, it's protected. Okay, so then we can upgrade this ourselves. Town dot. Oh, what is it? Upgrade storeroom. Yeah, this. What does this do? Oh, I see. This is not how this is probably gonna work. Or we need to know that you've built the very first storeroom. We gotta call this function. What is it funny that the botland looks different? No, actually that died down quite a lot. I think if I'd just been working on botland, maybe people would have. Which by the way, botland's gonna get open sourced pretty soon. When I say pretty soon, I mean the next couple months, and it might be playable again too. Oh, similar to Ticketmaster. Oh, sorry, I forgot the context of that. That's interesting though. Yeah, I was gonna say Ticketmaster is kind of a stranglehold on the U.S. market, and I think regulators are finally starting to look into it. So if we call this function first, let's make it public. If we call this will work, but it's going to try subtracting the cost twice, and we could just make the first one free, and we could also make the first one give you more item displays. What does this do? Get cost of upgrading storeroom. What's holding you back? Are you cleaning up the code a bit? What was holding me back is it is effort, and I did not want to put in any effort. And what finally happened is a longtime viewer named Altman offered to open source it for me. So now the effort turned into just give them access to all the repos and do nothing. And that's what allowed me to do this. To clarify what the effort is, there's a lot of like checking for private info or code or something that shouldn't be there. There's cleaning up the instructions, maybe hosting it, maybe improving something. I don't even know what. So I'm just gonna leave it in their hands, and that's what we're gonna do. Can I help with that? I don't think so, because this person is very, very experienced and has. I think they're capable of doing it and probably don't need the help. And I think coordinating it might be very tough because of their schedule. Yeah. And I don't want to do a whole lot because I don't think there's a lot of value in this, to be honest. I think some people will probably look at the code and be like, okay, that's interesting. But how many people are going to fork it and try to make improvements or do anything? Or is someone going to like try to maintain this out there or turn this into a better game? I just don't see that happening. So I think this is one of those like, huh, cool, it's open source. And then nobody does anything with it. So I don't think we need to do a ton of work. We just need to get it to the point where it's just public. All right, so we've got a tiny bit of a problem here. Most shops, like the Alchemist, you get them, then you upgrade them. The storeroom, I don't really have it set up that way. It's you start with it, but it's invisible basically. I don't really think it's a problem. Yeah, I don't really think it's a problem. All right, then here's what we're gonna do. Let's go and find in-game constants. Let's delete the storeroom cost, and let's just have it be this storeroom upgrade cost. The very first one cost 50, I guess. This looks a little weird. Oh, and then we need to, I gotta write this down too. Remove the upgrade storeroom button from the game. Okay, now game constants dot storeroom cost is gonna be this 0. This wasn't supposed to be here anyway. What was I gonna do? Upgrade storeroom. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. What do we have over in signs now? Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. Let's try it out. Oh, wait. This will only kind of work because I already start with a level 2 storeroom, I think. I got to make it start at level 0. Yeah, you already have 2 item displays. But here's the new sign. We click that. Allows you to store items without them disappearing. Click build. And we got 1 new one. And it took all of our money? That means it applied it twice? Yeah, it applied it twice. Drat. All right, so then I guess we... Drat. Hmm. There are a lot of ways we could work around this. For one, we could just, when you're getting the very first one of these, we could just bypass the cost. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we should do. Yeah. Okay. Just not thinking about this that much. Storeroom cost 50. Okay, so now the cost will only be taken once from you. And now we need to start you at 0 of those. Number of starting storeroom displays is 0. All right, is this going to break the game? I hope it doesn't. I was waiting until it's released. I always wondered if it's possible to run it using the free tier from AWS. It probably won't be. Yeah, it probably won't be. But I don't know. Altman is going to make some changes and said we could probably simplify the infrastructure a lot. What are we making? We're making a game called Skeleseller. Sorry, I was trying to think of what the command was called. And it's it's pretty much an idle game. I'll give you a little bit of a demo in a sec, but first let's see if this works. Yeah, this says cost 0G because I forgot to change that. Storeroom signpost. This needs to change back to storeroom cost. There. Okay, so we click build and we get our first storeroom thing. But what happens if we try getting items? Because this might break everything. Let's click grant. Oh, interesting. They're just walking around because they have nowhere to put it, but it didn't break, right? Yeah, it didn't break. Nice. Okay. So I click this and I click build, and now we should just walk over to here. Yes, we do. Customer buys it. Nice. So let's add in some workers. Let's grant a bunch of items, and let's click build storeroom. Yeah, so now they can go over here. And if we have more of a storeroom, then they can actually drop off the items. Nice. Yeah, cool. I expect a lot of dev to make it work. The Ticketmaster thing or Botland? Anyway, Nemesis. So I said I would give a little bit of a demo. So you can kind of already see what's going on here. I'm just clicking a debug button that grants items, but then we have these workers walking around and putting. Oh, I don't have I'm a blacksmith and I don't have an armor smith. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we have workers putting items into these displays, and then customers can come over and buy them. So that's the sort of economy section of this game. But then you can hire adventurers and send them into battle, and that's how you'll earn the items, not through a debug button. So this is entirely automated. And yeah, we just got a potion. Actually, that was pretty fast. Here's what I'll do. I'll go to the dungeon, and we'll let this win this fight. And then out of the portal, you'll see whatever items I win. Fly. Wait for it. There we go. Yeah, so 3 cloaks came out. My workers dutifully pick it up, bring it to the storeroom. Botland, yeah. I don't think it'll take a lot of dev. The goal isn't like make it modern development or anything, convert from JavaScript to TypeScript or, yeah, I think it's pretty much just get it to be online. And I think it will take some development to just figure out, okay, what was I doing with the infrastructure? I'm hoping it's not too crazy. Either way, it's more than a couple of
Whoops.
hours. And even that I didn't want to put in, which is why I'm very glad that Element is doing this. In fact, I should probably add them to the credits of this for Botland. See GitHub, see. Okay, I'll just write a note to modify this page. This, yeah. Add Altman to this. Cool. Did they do the map by hand or do some generation? It was done by hand, but just not by me. It was Darkstorm who did that. Oh, just stop by. Yeah. We were talking about open sourcing Botland. And Playing with Scissors just said I expect it to be a lot of dev work. And I trust in your capable hands. Put a signpost for building the very first storeroom, remove the upgrade storeroom button, and then we need to put a signpost where the next item display will be. So that's the next part we got to do. Okay, so we should probably check this in, and then we probably need to figure out how the next storeroom sign is going to work. I guess the same sign could just be used all over the place, right? Let me take a look. What if we just got rid of this? What happened? No, wrong one. Storeroom sign. Yeah, what if we got rid of this? So that means that the dialogue would still exist. And we should be able to click it multiple times. It might not properly close the dialogue though. I click build here. Yeah. So it doesn't close that. If I hit maybe later and reopen this, it's always going to say 50 though. That's the problem. I click build. Not enough money. Okay, well, we'll just grant money. Why did I not have enough money to do that twice? I think it might have taken 55 the first time. Oh, yeah, I think it did. No, it did not. I clicked build the second time though, and it did take 50, but it didn't actually build. Because it's trying to take 50 and then the next, yeah, I see what's going on. Okay, so what we need to do here is instance.query, and that should fix it. I mean, this isn't the right flow anyway. We're going to have to change a little bit more than that. So I click build, it hides it. Now I can't reopen it. Why not? Oh, because it thinks the dialogue is still open. Oh my God. Instance dot what? Close? There is no close. I think I made it private. On close.invoke. Where does it get rid of the dialogue? I guess the signpost does it? Close dialogue. There it is. Yeah, that's what I want. Just not contain a definition for town. How did this even get here? Oh, I know what I was doing. Saturday morning, we'll spend some time double checking to make sure there's nothing to leak. Oh, yeah, that's right. Alman's going to be streaming it too. Forgot about that. By the way, Altman, this is probably worth talking about now really fast, but is the 404 still happening? Am I going to let you name adventurers? I'm still not sure about that. I'm kind of leaning toward allowing it, but this is something that would have to happen later. Well, so Appleseed, I guess there are a couple parts of this. For one, there was a lot of external documentation that I haven't even shared, to be honest, like just tons of it. Things for like, hey, we're designing this new feature. Well, what should be in the feature? I don't think that's probably super helpful though. Then there's the code itself. And unfortunately, just by virtue of being JavaScript, yes, there are comments all over the place in the code, but it's probably still not all that understandable. No longer giving you, okay, cool. Yeah, I just haven't seen your response yet. So thank you. Yeah. Will you be publishing the old code base too? It's just going to be the one code base, I guess. So whatever changes Element makes will be in the same GitHub repo. So presumably there's going to be like an initial commit of the code base with the private stuff removed. How do I find? I wouldn't be able to show you this easily. Maybe
Whoops.
this. Where is Botland stuff? There it is. Yeah, I was gonna go to just some random thing in here. Let's go to packages, shared, source. Yeah, let's just open up this folder. I'll just pull something up. I trust the authors. Let's click this one. Yeah, so I have comments all over the code, but it's still like in TypeScript, you just wouldn't need any of these probably. Yeah, I don't know how helpful all this stuff is going to be. Even those caveats, I say what I've seen. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I could see that. That might be true. Okay, so then putting this where the next one will be, I don't think I even properly tested this. It's still not closing this for some reason. What's going on? Close dialog. As spawned equals false. Oh, this doesn't free the dialog. Why? Oh, because it doesn't have a reference to the dialog. Oh, well, fine. I guess we needed both. I might refactor some of this code. The important part is just, can the player build this up the way they would expect? So this one costs 50. Then I click it again, and it says it costs 50 again, but it actually costs less. So yeah, this is going to have to change if we're going to use the same sign over and over. Which means we got to go change how the very first purchase works so that it doesn't take money twice. Actually, the money just shouldn't be taken from the town at all. What am I talking about? This should be dead simple. Yeah, we just delete this stuff. Get cost of next storeroom upgrade. This would have to exist. Cost functions, get storeroom. Yeah, darn it. We'd have to be able to do this from the dialogue, which means we need to be able to get the storeroom from the town, which is not a big problem, just a tiny problem. Okay, well, we're making these changes. We might as well. Yeah, then we get rid of all of these, except for the storeroom has reached max level. Then we just delete the sign. Okay. Don't show it if you're already at the maximum level. All right, I want to check on what we've done so far then, because this alone is already good, and I want to be able to revert to this if I need to. We mostly just change scenes. Yeah. I gotta write down what the other thing we have to do is stop having the town figure out the cost at all. Just expose the storeroom and have the sign figure it out. So we don't ever delete the sign. We're just going to reposition it. To do reposition sign. Just want to see if I can port the code for rounds to Lambda. That would be doable. Yeah, it would be doable. Smart signs in every corner. They got LCD screens right in them. So this was just made public. And we add the sign. Yeah, so add sign for building storeroom. You're technically only adding an item display when you click the build button, and the sign doesn't disappear so that you can add more eventually. But that code, the code to add subsequent displays isn't final yet. Good. All right, now we make the other changes I want to make. So this stuff's going to be gone. And we're going to put this into here. Spawn dialog. Okay, I'm going to delete this. We're going to say to do, fold in this code. So we don't have any modify money stuff from here. We just call upgraded storeroom. What does this even do? The storeroom uses it and the nudge label uses it. Okay, I'm fine with that. Wonder if you still have all your scripts somewhere? Yeah. The thing is, okay, let's say even if you got it running on Lambda, if it were hosted, would you play the game again any more than just a passing like, oh yeah, this is what I played 4 or 5 years ago? Because I feel like if this game somehow ends up with regular players, it'd be quite surprising. I think a lot of people will be like, oh, I want to poke around and just see what it's like. That's all. If they're good defenses, yeah. Okay. Well, the other thing is, over the years, a few people have messaged me saying, hey, is Botland online? It looked like a good thing to use in my classroom or something. And I'm going to try to reach out to those people if I can find the messages and say, it's online now. You could, make a school only instance if you wanted to. Man, it'll be ridiculous if something ends up happening with that game. One of my friends asked me, so there's the guy who made the Zachtronics games, and he made Infiniminer. And Infiniminer is what was the spiritual predecessor of Minecraft, because Infiniminer was basically Minecraft plus some other game on top of it. And Notch looked at it and said, you know what? Let's delete this some other game. And then Notch made $2.5 billion. And I believe the Zachtronics guy, I'm pretty sure his name is Zach, commented on it at one point saying, it was hard not to be bitter about it. Like, here was my work and it was profited on like drastically by someone else. And I kind of think about that with Botland because, like I said, a friend was asking me, like, why would you make this public? Other people might, make money off of it. And I said, if there's money even to be made, I think it's probably pretty minimal. Like, I made probably, I don't know, $700 off of Botland, which is not very much. But even if you found a way to like license to schools, that'd be a massive undertaking, and it's just an undertaking I would never do. I tried a while ago. I'm not going to put my eggs in that basket again. Yeah. So if someone else does manage to make some money, yeah, whatever, then they probably deserve it. What was I doing? Deleted that. Oh yeah, I need to make the storeroom public now. This is going to be public storeroom. Get private set. Then we rename this, which probably isn't going to work. Did it? It looks like it did. I was going to say, the syntax highlighting is all broken right now. So yeah, I'm surprised any of that just worked. Then from here, we can now use this code. So get cost of next storeroom upgrade doesn't need to be in the town. Get cost of next storeroom upgrade. I'm glad we're deleting code from there. This can be private. This is town.storeroom. Okay, we check money here. Yeah, this whole thing's broken. Let's just restart this. It should be highlighting money and saying it doesn't exist in this. It would just be town.money. Town return. Oh, spawn dialog might not even return a dialog. No. What am I doing? This is not how this would work. We just need the cost. We don't do this stuff. Then we pass the cost into here. And the cost of the first one is going to be 50 now. So we delete this. Yeah, Alvin, it's still crazy to me to think because I still have people come in and they're like, oh, I remember watching when I was in university, and now they've got their first job or they've been at their first job for a couple of years. I'm like, wow, I never would have expected. Tower defense and attack will probably do. Yeah. Yeah, I remember, I think it's hard not to be influenced by games you're playing at the time. And there was some game, oh, how would I even find this? I don't remember how to, it was like a mobile platformer. I don't remember. It had some like stealing from other people mechanic. You would go into someone else's dungeon that they made, and you had to like jump through the dungeon. So people made to try to make their levels as hard as possible. I don't remember what it was even called. But I remember that game being at least a tiny bit of inspiration for Botland, and Diablo 2 being a big inspiration for Botland, even though they're very different genres. Right, so the has reached max level stuff we need to do at some point. Private void reposition sign. Yeah. And in this case, it's gonna free this thing. There we go. Import this. All right. How are we looking now? Probably better. The reposition sign doesn't actually move it yet. We got to do that. Town does not contain a definition for get cost of. What is this doing here? Oh. Storeroom button. That's not going to exist. Delete that. Yeah, I don't care about that. Although the sign might need to get updated. To do delete the storeroom sign if you're at the max level. Hey, yo, is your vacation done? Upgraded storeroom calls update storeroom button. Okay, we don't need that. We don't even have a button here anymore. Well, it's greater than or equal to max. Where's that? Has reached max level. Huh. Strange that I had a function for that in two different places. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. Ended at the start of this month. Oh, man. Was it a productive time? Did you like it? I only asked if it was productive because you said you want to be productive, not because I assume that people's vacation should be productive. All right, delete this. On upgrade storeroom. So that's not going to be a thing anymore. Yeah. Which means the town was listening for that and now can't anymore. Yeah. And that means we got to go delete the button as well. This is scary. I don't know why there were all those changes. All right, where's the menu? Menu, where are you? Not in this scene, apparently. In-game menu, here it is. Oh wait, no, wrong menu. Where's the upgrade button? Oh, here it is. Oh, this should all be encapsulated in menu. Ooh, all right, that's another minor cleanup thing we're gonna have to do. Encapsulate UI/panel container and UI/margin and the margin container into menu itself. It shows at the top level. I did get part of my project done. Might share it if I have time to polish it a little. Yeah. I look forward to seeing that. Now you're forced to, because you just said you definitely will, 100%. Yeah, we're going to delete this button. Every button we can delete from this UI, I'm happy about. We did just delete one, but it doesn't resize this dialog for some reason. That's a little strange. I think we need a VBox at the top level of this. Yeah, I think this just needs to be sized down. Can we do that? Yeah, we can. Okay, well, whatever. There we go. Nice. So it's got a little smaller. Now we click build. Now the cost is 5. That works. Good. 8, 13. We should get to the point where we run out of money right now. Yep, just says not enough money. Probably disable this button or something. But that's a level of polish I think we'll get to later. All right, so now we need to position the sign at the next storeroom display position, which I think we have a function for this. Position. Yes. Get next item display position. Current level, blah, blah, blah. This just returns a vector 2, right? Yes, it does. Okay, but we need to get it in world coordinates, maybe? I'm going to say public vector 2i get next item display position. Yeah. and then just put this here. And then we're going to call this from the sign over here. So this is reposition. Let's return from this. All right, so town.storeroom.get next position, vector 2i next position. And then just position the sign there, right? Maybe we need to make this global. We probably do. Yeah, well, let's try it. It's probably going to be wrong. And we'll just need to turn it into global space, which hopefully there's an easy way to do that. So as soon as we buy this, it's going to position it. Yeah, so I positioned it based on where this thing's parent was, and we need it to be in a different spot. Okay. So this calls get and returns. This is relative to the storeroom. So I think what we can do is we can just say town.storeroom dot global position plus equal this, or plus, not plus equal. Cannot convert vector 2 to vector 2i. Well, I don't need to. Done. All right, let's check it out. Yeah, cool. That's exactly what I wanted. So it puts the sign where you'll get your next item display, which means that if you wanted to build a bunch of these, I guess you're clicking different spots. But I'm hoping that the balance of the game is such that you don't build like 10 of these at once. And if you do, we could just position the sign in a static place. All right, next up, let's go get the maximum size of the storeroom. It's set to 64 right now. Let's just duplicate this and set it to 4. That way I don't need to click 64 times because I have no way doing that. So we can build 1, 2, 3, and then 4 should make the sign go away. Perfect. Wow. All right, now we save the game and we try loading and it's going to totally break. Yes, because that build sign is still there. So we need to go do that. Actually, none of this is saved or loaded yet, so I don't know if it's worth doing right now. It's where we load the game, though. Didn't I put a to-do item in here somewhere? Huh, maybe not. Could have sworn I wrote to-do somewhere. I didn't. Unless it was in here. No? Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's a task for later. I don't really care about this right now. Stop showing the storeroom sign if you load from a save file that's already at the max level. So what happens if we click the sign then? It's probably going to break in some way, right? Build. Oh, it added another one. Oh boy. All right, so you can go beyond the maximum. And this has reached max level should be... Oh, it's not loading the level of the storeroom? Is that why? No, what's going on? How is this not working? Current level is greater than or equal to max. Max is at the 4. Hey, Trackley. This is the final day before vacation. Although not the final stream. I'll do it in the afternoon too. I don't know why this is not working. Oh, wait. Did I launch this through VS Code? I didn't. I was going to say I could just break in on this, but I guess we'll break in anyway, and it'll just take us another 20 seconds to get there. All right, so grant money, build. Yeah, so this should be true. What is the current level? 5. Yeah, it is. There's just a bug here. Value cannot be null, adventurer. Update selected character on the skill tree. Oh, so we don't even finish loading because we never counted on having no adventurers. Well, that's a problem. Bug can't load from save if you don't have adventurers. Because it tries setting the skill tree adventurer. Where is that update selected character? It's coming from here. Loaded game from save.invoke. The skill tree gets that. We have throw if null. Not anymore, we don't. Not anymore, we don't. So if the adventure is null, can't we just not do anything? That's what I'm going to try. Let's see. Slight Dwarf Fortress vibes. Is that an inspirational? No, it's not. I've tried playing Dwarf Fortress in the past and just could not get into it. So that game is not really on my mental radar, I'd say. Oh, I haven't tried the new, what is it? They put like a UI, a proper UI on the game. I haven't tried that version. Okay, so if we click this sign, what happens? Now this should just queue free and return. Okay, good. Yeah. So it's still a bug, but it's less of a bug. And we'll fix the part that's still a bug later. I don't think it's important. I've been ignoring all the saving and loading stuff for now because it's just not the most important thing. In fact, I think for checkpoint number 3, maybe we should just say you can't save and load. I wonder how many people did that for checkpoint number 2. I know at least some people did. And I wonder how many people did it because they actually wanted to save versus they wanted to test to see if everything that's surfaced in the game works. Because if a game is only about an hour long, it's not like you wouldn't want to save. It's just there's less of a need to. And obviously it's a feature we need in the final game. I just want to prioritize where we're putting our development time. Okay, so stop having the town figure out the cost at all. Don't show it if you're at max level. Yeah, we just don't load from that. So this part's fixed. Stop showing it if you load from a save file. So that's written down too. Cool. I'm pretty happy with that. Remove the upgrade storeroom button. I think we've done that. Maybe we don't even have a concept of building it. That's fine. And then we just clean up stuff. Yeah. Only played the UI version. And it's nice, but still overwhelming. Yeah, well, thank you, Jonas. Yeah. So I'm guessing you've been here before and that you're just commenting now, I guess. But yeah, the progress has been great. I'm super happy with how things have been going. And I still think the coolest thing that I've added in the last like week was the items bouncing off the walls thing when they come out of the portal. All right, we now have a consistent way of building up your town. And we're going to delete customers at some point today and make them come in only once you have a shop. Yeah. Been there for a couple days. Yeah, cool. Yeah, well, good to have you here. All right, so we deleted the upgrade storeroom button. It's always really tough when you've deleted something to make sure you've like fully deleted everything. So we don't have upgrade storeroom showing in the UI. Oh, that can't be done. Delete that. Okay. Storeroom cost we got rid of. The first one costs 50 because you're building the storeroom. That's going to have to change at some point too. This is something we should check in on its own. Fix bug with loading when you have no adventurers. The skill tree would try selecting a null character. Yeah. All right. Next is reposition the sign. Looks good. Good. Why do we do this? Yeah. Cool. Yep. I like it. Then we're going to have a whole bunch of things that look like they've changed here because we changed from an underscore S to a capital S. Also nice. Deleted a couple of lines of code there. Or maybe that was only one line. I can't tell. But still, anything that gets rid of code from town.cs is good in my mind. Like this, yeah. Nice. So cool. We're under 1,000 lines again. Looks good. Oh, what's that? There's the to-do item. I knew I put it somewhere. Delete storeroom sign if you're at the max level. Well, now it's in my Google Doc, so let's just leave it there. All right, allow upgrading the storeroom through the sign. Deleted the button to upgrade from the town menu and repositioned the sign to where the next display will go. Nice. All right, it's time for a break. The Do Tree is a great plugin. Let's go take a look. I'm guessing it just highlights where all the to-dos are in your code. Yeah. Also cool brace and parenthesis colors that they have here. All right, is it jump time? It's jump time. All right, I'll be back in a couple minutes, 3 minutes or something like that. Have fun. Hey again, GG. Develop it. Nice record you got there. 30% top three. Playing with Scissors, 67% top three. Actually, so is Kali. Yeah, love you. All right, close the game. So we checked in. Let's go rename some of these things. Build dialog has on click. This is going to just be renamed to on build. And that's it. It should just work. I just wanted to rename that variable. Let's click a couple of these and make sure. Yep. And yep. Cool. There was a major delay. I wonder, I haven't dropped frames at least. So hopefully nothing's all that different. To be honest, I don't care so much about Jump Royale anymore. It's like, I want people to have something to do during the break instead of just sitting around waiting for me. But if there's a little bit of lag during it here and there, it's not so bad. As long as the stream itself is a higher quality. Although I guess also really lag doesn't matter too much when it comes to this kind of stream. So yeah, rename on click to on build. Rename on click. It's called a build dialog, right? Yeah. 2 on build. Good. Next, encapsulate UI panel container and margin container into the menu itself. Let's go do that. The thing is, I want it, man, I want any properties that are on here to be copied over too. So I guess the easiest way to do this would be to just turn this whole thing into a new scene, but then it's got to be called the menu scene. Yeah, town menu. Okay, let's do that. Save branch as scene, town menu. Yeah, and then rename that to town menu. Okay, this is going to cause a whole bunch of things to mess up. So let's go change those right now. Like all those unique, we'll remove the script from here. This is town menu, detach, town menu, put it on the root node. And now the town scene should just have a town menu. Where is it? Well, it's not called town menu, but it is now. Good. Next, the script for that should just, yeah, it's already inheriting from node. That's totally fine. These things, all of the get node calls can now be percent signs. I have to be percent signs, or I need to change the paths to them. But other than that, we're probably good. Is there anything that I need to get the menu for in here? Ah, yes, there is. Okay, well, we're going to go change that to that. We're going to make this access as unique name and just call it town menu. And let's try running. All right, we want to keep an eye out for errors. There's one. Node not found town menu. Did I forget to save? I didn't. Which means there's some other problem here. What did this used to say? This should be UI. Oh, I forgot a percent sign. Okay, any errors? Nope. This all seemed to work. Hire adventurer. Level up. Yeah, looks like it's working. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty nice. All we really did here is clean up the scene tree a little bit. So this makes it a little bit easier to tell what's going on here. Yeah. Okay. Let's check that in. Could not be open due to an error. Could not read properties of undefined. What? Never seen that happen before. Concept of scenes in game development is so strange to me. It's such a useful way of thinking about everything, especially Godot's philosophy is everything that's visible in your game should probably be its own scene. So like a bullet, a gun, a player, a world, the rocks and stuff. Why is all this showing? Here it is, yeah. Yeah, pretty good. Okay, so refactor the town, refactor town menu into its own scene. This should just make things clearer in the scene tree. There's no functional change. Done. Delete build guild dialog and build shop dialog and just initialize build dialogs. Okay, build guild dialog is this. And we only ever try using this from here. And we're just going to change this to build dialog. And then when we initialize it like this. Easy peasy. So now we go delete build guild dialog, which nothing should be using that. Yeah, this shouldn't be using it. This is going to get deleted, and then this needs to change as a result of it. So build guild dialog.tscn, build guild dialog, detach, replace it with the build dialog, and then delete this. Okay, the game still runs. Then we'll do that one more time, but with the shop stuff. I'll just make things a little bit easier to understand. Build guild, done. Yeah, cool. Let's go do it with the shop stuff. Making good progress. Detach. Build shop dialog turns into build dialog. We delete. Oh, we never had a custom script for that. Oh, wait, we got to delete these scenes entirely. What am I doing? Yeah, delete both of them. Build shop dialog. This shouldn't exist. Oh no, did I delete the wrong thing? What did I delete? Oh no. Oh no, what did I do? What did I do? Oh, I think you can only delete one at a time. Is that what happened? I think I had two selected. Maybe. Oh, I saved after doing that. I see. Which then saved the scene, which recreated it. Got it. Hey, Lemon Drop. Okay, so now we can fix this. Build shop dialog. This is just build. And we need to go resurrect some code from in there. Wait, there was no code in there. Then who was code? Where did that go? Oh, right there. Okay, I think we're good. Hooray! Yeah. All right, let's make sure these work. We'll grant ourselves a bunch of money and just click build on everything. Yep. Yeah, cool. No errors, right? Yeah, no errors. So all we ended up really adding was one line of code here, and that's it. Everything else was just changed, and then we got to delete all of this stuff. Remove unnecessary scenes. I wasn't even really using these scenes, and they didn't do anything special, so they were easy to delete. Consider... No, that's fine. And then this should be done for the base class. Negative instance.size divided by 2. This happens from every single sign. Yeah. This puts the dialogue at the sign. So there should just be in spawn dialogue. Yeah, let's just delete this. Oh, wait. Wait. We have to override this. Oh. Disgusting. Wait, we don't even do the... Oh, wait, no, I'm in the wrong class. There it is. Yeah, so this is going to go into the parent. Signpost. Makes a dialogue. Position it at the halfway point. And now shop sign needs to also get rid of that code. Anywhere else that we do this? Instance size divided by 2. Just guild sign. Yeah, okay. I think that's it. There's 3 lines of code that could have been put in one place. So all these should still open up at the halfway point. Yes. But then the guild has a special one, which is this. And that still works, yeah. Cool. Refactor dialogue positioning. And then stop showing this. Yeah, this is just a bug. We'll just put this down here. I got to file a whole bunch of these things later. Okay, so this morning so far has been spent entirely on this stuff. You can build the storeroom. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what we did. That took an hour and 25 minutes. So yeah, originally you would start with storeroom displays, and now you don't. So if you do get an item here, then your worker can only, well, actually, there's nowhere to bring it at first. Worker will just run around with it forever. So you either need to build your storeroom, in which case they'll bring it to the storeroom, or you build the shop where it belongs. In this case, it's a cane, so it's a weapon, so we need to build the blacksmith. Yeah. Oh, and that shouldn't say build storeroom anymore, right? That should say like add item display. I didn't even think about that. Do we have a way of overriding the text? Not in a way that's visible to the children. So I guess protected void set text. Yeah, I should just be able to write the whole thing. Yeah. And then call it from here. And then what I want to do for this, I guess we set the text based on, oh, we set the text here, reposition sign. We also need to do it on initialization. So I guess we don't necessarily have a label here. We could just say like private void update text and say if town.storeroom dot, is there a way to get the level? There isn't. Where's the level come from? Current level. Oh no, there it is. Current level. If it's 0, then build, otherwise upgrade. Oh, we'll call it add item display. Add item. Yeah. Add storage. Add storage. Yeah. This is not a label then. So actually, we don't really care about what the text is. Placeholder, and then call update text, and do the same thing from here. Reposition sign. Let's test that out. So the first time it says build storeroom. The next time it says add storage. Oh, and then this is wrong too. Storeroom allows you to store items without them disappearing. Whoops. So town.storeroom.level equals 0, then do that. Otherwise, do this. Storage allows you to store one more item in your storeroom. Okay, tiny problem, which is that the dialog that shows up, build dialog, doesn't seem to have a maximum width on the label here. Auto wrap word, done. There, now it won't go crazy. Well, this is pretty large, but fine. Storage allows you to store one more item in your storeroom build. Neat. Cool, yeah. What caused me to even do that? I think I just happened to find that. I didn't have it written down as a task, right? All right, so this on its own should be checked in, build dialog. Wrap label in the build dialog. And then the rest of it is change text on storeroom. Change text for building the storeroom. There's a difference between building it and upgrading it. Okay, limit the camera to the beginning of the, just to the guild area. Yeah, I was thinking, what if you just couldn't move the camera at the start and you had to look at this and there wouldn't even be UI? So literally all you'd see when you open up the game would be build guild and it's got some particles. And after clicking, I guess, everywhere else, you'd eventually realize you can click this, although we could just highlight it even more. And then when you build the guild, which we don't have enough money for that, when you build the guild, you'll now see this, which should attract your attention again. And yeah, we should probably change this dialogue. People will still struggle. Well, the way you'll open the game eventually will be that you'll see the intro cutscene. Actually, even before that, you'll see the title screen. So it's going to go something like what you'd expect. Title screen to new game to intro cutscene where you die to the view I just showed. So after you see that cutscene, you'd be seeing this. And then you'd have a tiny bit more context. Also, your character should probably show up in the town here. That's something I guess I'll just file for later. At some point, you, the skeleton, should show up in the town next to the sign you erected at the beginning of the game. Should probably have an idle animation. Yeah. So I actually don't want to clamp the camera yet, I think. Or do I? Maybe I do. Yeah, I think I do. So the camera script is going to know when we have locked the camera. Actually, you know what we could do? We wouldn't even need to put a lot of code in for this. We could just move the camera, right? How do we move you? Am I moving the camera right now? I think I am. I can't tell what the bounds are. Oh, there it is. Oh, but we want it to be zoomed in. We probably should do this through code. Yeah, we probably should do this through code. All right, whatever. Just close this then. So I'll make a public void pan and zoom immediate. And this is going to take in what it suggested. Update bounds. Where's update bounds get called? We need to zoom first. And then we want to center it on a position. Okay, let's go try that now. I'm going to just do this from a... Ooh, that should have never been there. Okay, well, let's go check this in on its own. Yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Fix linting issue. Okay. UI toggle, whatever, duplicate this, put this as UI home, and then call, actually, we don't even have the camera, do we? Oh, we do. Camera.pan and zoom immediate. All right, the position, I have no idea what the position is. Let's go find out. Town scene, where are you? Here. Okay, what is the position of that sign? Guild sign, here it is. Transform position, negative 640, 135. Negative 640, 135. Okay, then that is a vector. And then the zoom level is whatever the maximum zoom is. Where's the maximum zoom? Possible zoom values 4. All right, I'm just gonna hard code this to 4 for right now. Let's see if that even works. It should just be showing you the guild. No, it does not. Oh wait, I gotta press the button. Yeah, all right, it does work. Good, but actually we want to show it like this, I guess. Wait a second. How was I guess I was slightly zoomed out. Yeah, whatever zoom level this is the zoom level I want. We're close enough to it. 3, yes, 3 sounds good. And then I want to be, oh, hey, what did you say to me? Thanks for the resub. Welcome back. Been 9 months. I hope you've had a great 9 months. It's actually pretty much been 9 months since I've been back to streaming now. Kind of crazy to think about that. Yeah. Wow. I didn't have like a focused direction at first. So I was kind of going all over the place. Yeah. Would you say tome? All right, where we really want to center this is here. We're just going to set it at the leftmost side. That's negative 1050. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's go try it. I am a sign. Hey, it did work. Cool. Okay, so that's what we want to snap the camera to at first. This is going to be like your intro to the game. So I guess in town, start game, wherever I just did that camera stuff, we're going to delete this now. Good. Probably eventually get rid of the magic numbers that we have there, although even those are going to change. So now when you open the game, it'll just show you the guild. Did it show for one frame the rest of the town? We'll probably fade in this scene, so it won't matter. Yes, it definitely does. Why does that show for a frame, though? This should all be happening in ready. Yeah, strange. Oh, I think I know. I think the camera only actually does stuff inside of process. Is that true? No, we set a position here. Dead robot. That would actually be pretty funny. You click a sign enough times and it plays a theme song for the sign. It reminds me of the old StarCraft and Warcraft games where you could click a unit a bunch of times and it would have different dialogue. I guess for that, it's not so hard to do. They already had the voice actors. Hey, here are some funny lines. But to compose music just for a sign, I think that's the tall order. Why isn't this working, actually? This should just get updated as soon as this thing is ready. Nothing is asynchronous here. What am I learning today? I always have the today command, which is right there. And today, it's not really learning. I'm just gonna be working on Skeleseller. Tall order dedication, you know it. C# and Godot. Like I said, yeah, it's not really learning. It's not like I'm learning C# and Godot. I'm just making a game, and my name happens to be Adam Learns because I think that generally sums up what the point was supposed to be, and didn't end up being that. Yeah, so why are we seeing one frame of the camera being in a different position? Ready is as soon as something enters the scene tree. I guess we render a frame with the old camera. Yeah, that must be it. So we need to do this in a different way, and I don't know what other way we could do it. All right, so problem for one frame, the camera shows its initial position. Solution number one would be to set the camera position from within Godot itself. Solution number two would be paper over it with a fade in transition. I keep learning something new in every new project. I like coding in Python. Yeah. I don't mean to say that I could probably tackle any project in the entire world and not learn something during it, but I don't think the focus is on learning right now. That's what I mean to say. So yeah, there has been a lot of learning even during this project. And in that sense, I guess the stream name kind of does make sense. Is there anything else we can even do here? I don't think so. I want to set this through code. That's the problem. I just can't. Is this like a known issue? Can I Godot set camera position for rendering? I just should stop using Bing. Wait, what? How did that happen? Camera, Godot set camera position for rendering. I don't. Huh. I don't think there's. Like, I think my understanding of this is correct, which means that these are my only two solutions. It's either just don't set this through code, or I guess create the camera ahead of time. What if okay, let's try that. What if I did that from within the camera itself? I don't think that's gonna help. Yeah, like we have this init right here. All this is gonna be called from the town anyway. I guess we would need to set it in here. Public override ready. Give me that code back. There. All right, does that work? No, it still showed it. Yeah, so as soon as the camera is ready, it can't change its position. I guess the other thing is just don't render a single frame. Hmm. Yeah, so we need its position to be set before it's even entered the scene tree. Is there a thing for that? Godot, ready, enter scene tree. Using scene tree, here we go. Do they have all the different events that are there? No? Can we look for it? Oh, it should just be a node, right? Or GD object, maybe this. Yeah, I'll just look at sprite. Sprite inherits from node. If node doesn't have ready, then canvas item probably does. No, okay, node has it. Yes. All right, what else do we have here? We have enter tree. Call when it enters the scene tree. Okay, maybe that one. Enter tree will be called first, then that of the children. Okay. Keyboard with no letters. The keyboard not having printed keycaps, I think, is not super uncommon. Like for anyone who's bought a DOS keyboard, I think that one has the option of just not having. Where is this? Choose a keyboard. I'm just trying. I don't care about any of this. I just want to go to the customized page. Where's the buy button? There it is. I think they had a. Okay, I don't even know. Never mind. Whatever. But yeah, this is also a much, much smaller keyboard than normal. So maybe we can call this on enter tree, which would still need to be from start game, I guess. But I'm going to try this out. Enter. Wait, there is no enter tree? What? What? That's weird. Godot C# enter tree. What is it called? I think in C# it must be a notification. Huh. Okay, let's try that then. I just want to see if this even works. So if what equals notification enter tree, then pan and zoom the camera. Yeah, let's see if that works. Right, we're just trying to see if there's a one frame. Oh, it didn't even work that time. Maybe this doesn't get called. All results are used Google CNS. Yeah. Yeah, I think search quality probably has dipped. And I think that maybe more and more people are starting to use other means of searching. I know that when TikTok started becoming popular, a lot of people started using that for search. Just like, how do I do something? And there'd be a video on it. And now people are starting to use AI a little bit more. For whatever reason, I have no idea how we're supposed to call this. Like, there should be an override. Oh, there it is. Why did that not show up? What was I doing earlier that it didn't complete with that? That's weird. I tried typing. Okay, I don't know. I must have had something wrong. ChatGPT and Reddit. The thing is, even if you used Reddit, you probably never used Reddit search to search for it. You probably still used Google or Bing or DuckDuckGo and you typed Reddit at the end of your query. Because I don't think Reddit search has ever been good. Google AI helpfully told me it's slightly smaller than Alaska. Yeah. I did a search. I've kind of mentioned this on stream before, but my wife and I are listening to the Harry Potter books again, and J.K. Rowling keeps mentioning treacle, and I'm like, I've never heard of this in the U.S. and I want to know how it was different from molasses. So I think I typed like treacle versus molasses into Google, and then I got a survey that popped up on my phone saying, "Hey, is this AI summary helpful?" And it like kind of mentioned it, what the difference is. It wasn't the best. Also, the character, one of the characters in the book is it's mentioned that he puts it into his oatmeal. Is this common in the UK? Are you putting like super sugary stuff in your oatmeal? So this doesn't do anything. All right, well, maybe we should just ignore this for right now. If there's a one frame flash, it's not super important. Going way deeper in the lore. No, I'm just reading the books, and I'm not going like super deep in the lore or anything, or looking up a bunch of extra information. Just every once in a while, something is said where I'm like, American me does not understand this. I have no cultural frame of reference for this. Like in the US, we have molasses, but it's like it's a cookie making ingredient in my mind. Maybe there's some other use for it that people have, but yeah, it's like use it in gingerbread cookies or something. So color me confused. I don't like this solution only because, well, I guess it would be less of a flash if we position the camera here. I wonder how many people would even notice. Probably some people would. So we position it like there, and then we try running this. Town, we put this back into start game. There. I didn't even see. I wasn't paying attention. It's a one frame flash. Yeah, so the zoom level changes now, and that's now what's flashing. All right, well, let's set the zoom to just 3, 3, and there. Now it's going to move very slightly, which will probably not be noticeable. No, that was still noticeable. All right, I don't know. Maybe we do fade in the game. This is stupid. This is, who cares? It's a non-issue. I'm just going to write that wherever we do that camera thing. Unfortunately, because... No, someone else must have had this. Let me just search one more time. Godot, camera, set position from code before rendering. Run code before first frame renders. Oh, there's an underscore init. Can I override that? Did I even see that? Godot node. I don't think this is a thing. Public override. Do we have an init here? No, we don't. All right, I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a non-issue. Because probably what's going to happen in the final game anyway is that the cutscene will just lead into this view. So we'll have moved the camera ahead of time. Yeah, so unfortunately the camera will still be pointed at whatever it was set to from the editor. So there may be a one frame flash of the old position, zoom slash position. I don't think that's a comment for here. I think it's a comment for this. At the very beginning of the game, should be pointed at whatever is set to from the editor. Even if you call this from ready. What is going on? Oh, there's only 2 slashes there. Got it. Great. Now, the other thing I wanted to do is lock the camera there. So we don't have a concept of is it locked. So let's go make one. Public bool is locked. Or maybe like can player move. Get set. Yeah, and in the town, when you start the game, we'll say can player move equals false. And then after you build the guild, we're going to say can player move equals true. And then the camera, just prevent all input, I guess, if you can't move. Oh, there's actually a very tricky problem here. I am zooming in on technically this point. And we have it set to keep the aspect ratio of the game, so there's no way that you can't see the guild. But if you have a smaller screen size and we were to change a certain property over here, what is it, stretch? No, it's always going to be set to keep. But what if I set it to expand? That might fix a lot of the problems we were having. I'm not going to worry about that for right now, though. But yeah, it would be really, really bad if you couldn't move the camera to see the guild. And even if, okay, even if you, no, this works fine. We should probably just center it over here or something like that, though. But yeah, not an issue for right now. Also, actually, should we lock the camera for that reason? If you move the camera around, is it a big deal? I guess you might move it without realizing. I'm just going to code this anyway. Let's just see what it's like. There. That's it. All right, let's go take a look. So yeah, I can't move this. I can't zoom. I can't use the arrow keys. Then I build the guild and I can do that. Yeah. Okay. Now when you set the zoom, we got to set the zoom index to whatever the closest thing is because this is already broken. So we go through and we find the one that it's closest to. Where do we do this? Zoom equals. We only set it here and the zoom index is already updated. So we need to make a private void set zoom, float zoom. Zoom update bounds. Then also change the zoom index to do change zoom index to be the closest value. This is not exactly how this would work. I would need to iterate over the list and then figure out which one's closest. I mean, there are sorted values, so I guess we could just binary search. But it doesn't matter. The list is of size 4. Yeah. So I'll say int best index equals 0. If, and we'll put float lowest difference equals 99999. Feel like C# has a lot of advantages over GDScript, or are you just more comfortable with it? New to programming, learning C alongside GDScript. My reason for choosing C# is in this. I did not like the GDScript experience with Godot. Yeah. I also don't like that GDScript doesn't require you to put types everywhere. And I just don't think it's worth maintaining a code base that doesn't have static types. Or not worth it, but it's just too difficult. Okay, so the difference, float difference equals, yeah, that. And if the difference is less than the lowest one, then that, great. And then zoom index equals best index, good. All right, kind of stupid. We have to do that, but let's go try this out now. So now when I zoom in once with a scroll wheel, it should go to zoom 4. I guess we need to build the guild first. Yes, good. Cool. Okay. And this could be float dot max value. Not that you'll ever have zoom levels of 1,000,000, so it's pretty unlikely you'd ever have hit that code. But yeah, I think this looks good. Yeah, and that's just the FAQ for the game. There's also one for the stream, I guess. Although feel free to just ask questions, it's fine. I think if you wanted to find information on your own, the easiest way is just the command database. I try to have commands for basically everything anyone ever asks about. So if you were like, oh, what keyboard do you use, or what mouse do you use, or what programs are you using for something, it's all right in here. So we've limited the camera. When you load the game, you're gonna have a bug, which I'll just file this for now. Bug when loading the game, we need to set the camera, set whether the camera is locked. Let's just go change that really fast so we don't mess anything up here. Town load. We have camera stuff, but we don't have, we should just have a like camera.load from save and take in the save data. And then from there, fix using Copilot. I just want to generate this function. What's going on? What is going on? Why is it not a suggestion? Gonna make me type in 2024. Now it's not even generating anything. What's happening? All right, well, I guess I'm gonna go write it myself then. Town save data. Public void town save data. And then we go back to here and copy this stuff. And then the player something, what did I call it? Can player move equals true. Yeah, so whenever you load from a save file, we'll just set it to true. I guess what that means is you could technically save the game during the intro and then load it and then be able to move the camera, but who cares? And if I do care later, then I'll fix it later. But that's one of those like incredibly minor things that's just not worth worrying about. Oh, it did create it. Weird. I don't even think I saw that menu pop up. Get rid of this. All right, good. Yeah, so lock camera on the guild at the beginning. Kind of want to try something really fast. Let's go load the game again. All right, so camera can't move. We load the game. Wait. Something weird seemed to happen there. I said the camera can't move, but then I think it moved something when I pressed escape. No. Huh. Okay. Well, doesn't seem to be happening anymore. All right, where did we leave off? Only allow building a shop once you've gotten your first item. There are two ways we can accomplish this. Option number one is just literally don't let you see the sign until you get your first item. Then let you move the camera. And option number two is don't show the sign in the world until you get your first item. Option number 3 is don't let you use the sign till you get your first item. Guess we don't need to keep saying the until. I think I like option number 3. Maybe also with option number 1. Is there anything else we could do? Is it even a problem if you build the shop first? I guess we would just not be able to teach you that you need to build the shop. Let me just run the game. We'll see if that makes sense. So you'll build the guild. You need to hire an adventurer, although now you can move the camera. Oh, there's one other way we could do this. Option number 4, don't give you the money until you, don't give you the money. The money to build a shop. All right, so you hire your first adventurer. Then you need to send your adventurer into battle. Something needs to teach you about that. Then you wait for the battle to be won. And then you'll get your first item. Pop out of this portal. Cool. And then your worker can come pick it up. But it's got nowhere to bring it. So at that point, there could be like a little speech bubble that pops up saying, I need a destination for this. Can you, or I want to sell this item, build a shop. And you would build the alchemist. I still don't know what would be best. Also, all this stuff would be taking place over here probably. And like maybe there'd be a, I feel like just fading in the sign would probably be best. Sign just doesn't exist, and then you get your first item. Yeah, I like that idea. I think it's the least confusing. I like this because there's less going on in the world for you to click, which is important when you're just starting out. They can pick up the item and just stand around. They probably will just stand around at first, but that still doesn't let you know that you, well, something needs to tell you about building your shop. In fact, actually, maybe we should add in dialogue about needing a shop. Maybe just replace the nudge labels with this stuff. We gotta get rid of those nudge labels. All right, so just don't show the signs in the world. Oh, how do we do this? I mean, we already have signs here. We could just keep track of them all. Where are you, signs? Here, yeah. We can keep track of them all and only show them as you can use them. Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable. Okay, let's go save off a bunch of signs. So private, what is this? Just a node? It's a, well, yeah, it's a node for all we care about. Private node. We want the alchemist sign. Blacksmith, armor smith. And then just the storeroom, actually. Yeah. Then we need a ready. Wow. Thanks, AI. Good job, AI. Pat on the back, AI. Oh, these can't be just nodes if they're going to work this way. They have to actually be some kind of special sign. I think they all inherit from signpost. Signpost. Oh, but that also won't work because there's a special guild sign. Okay, fine, whatever. And this is shop sign, and this is storeroom sign. All right. I am fine with that. So the only one that should be visible from the get-go, and we need to file an issue for this too. Unloading slash saving. Load which signs are visible in town. So at the beginning, only the guild sign will be visible. So the alchemist one dot hide. Let's just do that. Cool. All right. Now something needs to show it, but let's just launch the game right now and see what it looks like. I'm so happy we're doing this. It's not like just hiding signs is what's important. It's that there was too much going on. It was like you already had a storeroom and 3 shops and customers walking around, and we're slowly removing all of that and then adding it back in as you learn what these things do. So the signs do not even exist anymore. And after building your guild, we need to show the first sign. So we're going to make a public void show alchemist sign. And in the town, when you add the guild, what is going on? There we go. This is in what, signs? Oh, drat. We don't save this, do we? No, we don't. Okay. Well, let's just save it eventually. But for now, I'll do this. Oh, we also need the stupid. Oh, man. It's fine. I'll save it now. So what is this? It is just a, oh no, it is a proper signs. All right, so private signs. And we want to get this, but we need the town node to do it. And if we're going to do this, then I guess none of this code needs to even be here. No, I think it's fine. Yeah, we can keep this where it is. Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, let's try it out. So there's no way to zoom out, so you can't tell that it's not showing, but as soon as I build this, it starts showing. And now you'd be able to build from here. Oh, but that's not when it should show. It's not when you build the guild. It's when you win a battle. Yeah. We delete the sign, though, at some point, don't we? So we need to know that it still exists. Let me see how that works. Yeah, we free the sign, which means it won't exist, which means if we try to use it, things are going to go bad. Need to only call this function on the first item that you've gotten. Yeah, we could do that. Private bool has shown alchemist sign. All right, so this is going to go in here. And then check for that. Yeah. There. So now we can call this every time you get an item. Oh, you really shouldn't do that. We have what? Something about items here somewhere. Grant items, add items, add items. Here it is. Yeah, so we could do signs.show alchemist sign. And then delete it from the other place I put it. Yeah. Okay, so you build a guild, nothing else shows in town. You hire your first adventurer. You get into a battle. We'll speed this up a little bit. But as soon as the battle is won, we should see a sign appear over here. Yes. Great. Now there's one other little problem I thought of, which is these signs should probably have collision, but that's something that's a polished task. Make sure signpost has collision, and showing/hiding it updates the nav mesh. This may not matter too much, but it's still nice to do. All right, so I think we're good about that, right? Only allow building a shop once you've gotten your first item. Yeah. What should allow you to build the second and third shops, though? Speaking of polish, how did learning French go? I was only learning French before going to France, which I think was like 2017 or something. So I guess the learning went well, but I just didn't continue with it after that. And dialogue about needing a shop once you have an item. Yeah, maybe even comment on how you're holding a potion. Need a place to sell those specifically. How about this? When you get a certain amount of money, let's open up the other shops. I don't even know how much money it should be. Maybe when you get at least 200. Yeah, when you get at least 200. When am I going to learn Dutch? I think if I didn't have the interests that I have already, which are taking priority, I probably would try to learn other languages. But I think the problem with learning any language is if you don't use it, you will just quickly forget everything. Maybe not quickly, but you'll forget everything. And using it typically means on a regular enough basis. So it's like if I learned Dutch and I spoke it once a week with the mod team, let's say we had a 2 hour long get together, is that enough to keep up the knowledge? I'd probably just constantly be struggling for words and with the grammar and everything. Thought you kept going. No, I only went once. Also, biggest learning from that trip is do not go when it's hot. Don't go anywhere when it's hot. Just a blanket learning that I need to apply in my life. If hot, stay in AC. That's it. It's my very simple AI the rest of my life. Is that the conlang? Isn't it? I thought it was Tokipona. Am I thinking of something else? Yeah, Tokipona. Yeah. Yeah, I met someone who I think met their girlfriend through a Tokipona message board or something and like tried speaking the language to each other whenever they could. I thought that's dedication. I think it's a conlang with what, like 100 words or something? How many words does it have? 120 words. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's just wild to me. Okay, so when you get enough money, modify money. If actually wait, we could put this into set money. Yeah. If money is greater than 200, then signs dot show. Oh, we got to show the storeroom sign at some point too. I don't know when. I don't know when we do that. I'll just show everything right now. Why many words when few do trick? Yeah. Well, that's what Tokipona is all about. You use 120 words to be able to express practically any thought. I guess the people who've tried speaking it have enough experience at this point where they could say how awkward it might be to express some thoughts. Because basic things like your day-to-day language, yeah, sure, maybe it's easy enough. But what about complex things? What if you're trying to do game design? Do you find that it takes longer to get the same idea across? There's probably some measure of that in a language. I'm just going to make a public void show all signs. Yeah. And it's all the remaining signs. Storeroom, blacksmith, armor smith. Yeah, that's it. And we need to know if you've shown the remaining ones. Has shown remaining signs. Got to be several microdialects. Yeah, even just based on that little search that showed up, it said some people speak somewhere between 120 to 140 words. Also, kind of interesting that if you have 120 words, adding even just one more probably solves a whole bunch of problems. There. All right, now we call this function. from the town. There. And let's try this out. Just glue words together to make bigger concepts. Yeah. Yeah. I imagine most conlangs have to work that way. Or most ones with small amounts of words have to work that way. Because the way that it works in a lot of languages is you have unique words for whatever idea you're trying to represent. And some of those words are formed from other ones. Like we have in English the word cupboard, which you don't pronounce cupboard, but it's really just, it's a board for cups. And it's like, okay, yeah, we understand that. All right, so the alchemist is not showing until you've earned items. And if I just grant money, then these show, but not the alchemist one. Yeah. Okay, we got to figure out how we're going to show those eventually, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. I look forward to launching this checkpoint and seeing what people have to say, though, because I really hope this helps with the confusion. I've also booked some user research sessions. Well, not like the appointments yet, but I've done this, I think, twice so far with Skeleseller, and I did it a bunch of times with Botland, where you just call a friend up, record them playing the game, ask them to think aloud. You learn a lot by doing this. And if you can get someone to stream it too, I think that's pretty helpful. A lot of people are like, oh, I've been watching you make the game, but then they never play it themselves. And when they finally get it in front of them, they don't have the same mental model that I have. And I haven't really had this experience myself. It's very rare that I watch a game and then play it, as opposed to play it and then watch a game. So this is way more common for me. So I don't have a lot of experience with that to know, okay, have I learned from their mistakes, or do I know how to use the UI just from that? Yeah. Hey, Balls of Plane. Find it fascinating. What's the difference between a whiteboard and a blackboard? Well, in that case, there actually is a difference in what you would use to write on it. And the colors of the boards are different too, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to check this in. Camera. Oh, I need to remove unused import. Remove unused import. Okay, what have we done? I guess this is all pretty basic. So only show signs at certain points. The alchemist sign is only shown when you get an item. The other signs are only shown when you get at least 200G. Also work versus school connotation. No, what I'm trying to say is like a workplace would never have a blackboard because a blackboard is used for chalk. Workplaces don't do that. Not never, but yeah, pretty rare. They're usually the dry erase boards, which are whiteboards typically. Right, add in dialogue about needing a shop once you have an item. Yeah, this is stuff I want to change at some point. I need to fix the higher adventure stuff. Only show customers once you built a shop. Maybe only show customers once you have an item in the shop. Yeah, I like that idea. Only create customers once you have an item in the shop. All right, how do we do that? How do we do that? We have create customer right here, but this is just done from process and it's random. So we need to have a Boolean somewhere that says like can create customers. And then we just set the Boolean correctly. Sounds reasonable enough. Private bool can create customers. Yeah. So if can create customers, then create them. Yeah. Hey, unknown. So now we just need to set this, which is when you have an item in the shop. Would you consider running a Kickstarter? When I think of why would you even have a Kickstarter, I think it's either you need the money or you want the money. And I don't have a need for it, I guess. Like we're developing the game and it's not really costing any extra money. So I think it'd be in the case. It could be a marketing thing. Okay, yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I think a lot of these crowdsourcing things say, hey, what are you going to use the money for? And I guess if you're transparent, you just say, hey, I'm going to use it for marketing. I think that's probably fine. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't have enough experience with launching games. I launched Botland and I came up with what I thought was a cool idea. Crowdfund.bot.land. This was supposed to be my, oh, did I delete this? I probably deleted it. Anyway, it was like a fake crowdsource website where you just clicked a button and it pledged money, but it wasn't real money. And it was clear that it was kind of like a jokey thing. And that did very poorly. Limited tier where you pay extra to have your own sprite for the customers. Yeah. Yeah. Once you go the crowdsource route though, you can't undo that route. Whereas you can always add it on later. And it just makes me wonder, how will the game do without going that route? Do people ever crowdfund their games after they've launched? I wonder if there's precedent for that. All right, so we need to detect that an item has landed in a shop. We don't have an action for that, do we? No, we don't. But quests can become available when an item hits the shop. Crowdfund for the equipment system. The game is destroyed as soon as I do that. There's got to be a place where we do this. Where do we do this? Okay, I am just searching for the word quest all over the place. Completed, acquired item. Here it is. All right, we just need to make an event or a, whatever it's called, an action. On acquired item. And what does acquired item take in? An item. Okay, makes sense. Hey, Z-Wubs. Things are going well over here. How you doing? Acquired item. This is just that you got an item, not even that you got a new item. Because this at the bottom is that you got a new item. So now the town should listen to the shop. Shop.onAcquired item. And then what did I want to do? I wanted to just set something on customers. This equals true. Yeah. Cool. We're going to do some Gleam code. What's Gleam? Gleam makes it fun. Easy to use code written in other Beam languages. What's Beam? Haven't heard of this at all. This isn't Wikipedia. Where here? Where's the Beam stuff? Virtual machine Beam? To stand for something? Bogdan's Erlang abstract machine. Wow. What a name. I mean, I like Beam, I like Gleam, I like this little star. And I like that they did this on their website. Reminds me of Houston and Astro. But yeah, I never heard of this. Cool though. Lucy, the starfish mascot. It's not a starfish. That's just a star. Don't try to fool me. Pretty fun. You get to use the concurrency system from Erlang, which is sick. Has like a whole level of coding I feel like I'm not going to touch anytime soon, even though I probably would have fun with it. Okay, so as you can see, there are no customers in town. It's just a ghost town, lots of tumbleweeds. We need to go hire a mage. We start a battle. We're going to speed this up. The battle is won. We get an item out of the portal. Good. We pick up the item. Now we can... Yeah, there's our mage. Now we can build the alchemist. And as soon as I click build, we should see customers flood into town. No, wait, no. It's as soon as this item goes here, they should flood into town. There they go. Whew. They just pop out of nowhere and gun it for your item. Writing a Minecraft server implementation. Wow. Yeah, that's an intense project to work on from the beginning. Most fun to use just because you can use the existing ecosystem that came before them, yeah. Item was an incredibly high demand. But yeah, this is working. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, let's go check that in. This was pretty simple code, yeah. Only spawn customers when you have an item for sale. Will that fit in 50 characters? No. Only spawn customers once an item is for sale. That does fit. Okay, this is make grant most things, give you the shops. And probably mark that the signs shouldn't show up anymore. I'm not going to do that yet though. That's like a later on kind of thing. That's a future Adam kind of task. Get rid of the hire adventurer button. Let's do it. Let's get rid of it. The more buttons I can get rid of out of this UI, the better. Where is it? Here, town menu. We currently have these buttons remaining. There's hire adventurer. That's what we're going to delete. So we still need level up, the skills, game menu. Actually, level up should probably be done from the guild. I don't know how that would work though. But we probably should move it there. Leveling up adventurers. Should probably move the function to the guild master. Delete the button from the UI. Expensive hello. Don't forget there's a very expensive hello. So the hire button we're going to delete. Goodbye. Hire adventurer. We should find this in the town menu somewhere, right? Yeah. All right, so just delete this. Now I have to save up. On hire adventurer.invoke. This shouldn't exist anymore, right? The town used this to hire a random adventurer. I don't even think hire random adventurer needs to exist anymore. I'll just write this down here. Maybe it shouldn't exist. So this is gone. On hire adventurer. Cool. Anything else? Yeah, update button. This tells you the costs of everything too. We need the new dialogue to show you that. The guildmaster should have special dialogue for when there are no more adventurers to hire. Save up for what? That's a casual 13,531 points you just spent. Just rubbing it in everyone's face. Set state of buttons requiring adventurers. We're going to have to do this too. Where is this called from? Town hired adventurer. Probably need this in the guildmaster somewhere. All right, so we're not going to have that. This is all going to go away. I guess let's copy paste this too. I have that too. Look at this. Look at these rich people. Most amount of valid revives used? No, that's not tracked anywhere. There's a lot of that stuff for connectivity with the game that I just didn't really think was worth the effort. Like we could dynamically disable the revive button unless it's valid. Well, not unless it's valid, I guess. Unless a jump royale match is running, we could detect all that. It's just not really worth it. I think if the stream were the focus of what I'm doing, I would probably spend more time thinking about that. I feel like the stream is secondary and making this game is primary, and it helps me to stream it. In fact, I'm starting to think that maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays I should stream some of the catch-up work, because it's easier to motivate myself to do things when I'm streaming. No, you're not secondary Appleseed. The stream is your primary. Hey, Liquidor. Are you here for a hit and run? And hey, Crucials. Higher. Crucials, did I struggle with your name when I read it the first time? I need to know this very important information. All right, there's going to be a signal that now no longer exists. Let's rebuild and then let's restart this entire thing. And hopefully it just highlights it for us. Not today. All right, cool. Yeah. Couldn't remember. That would have been many a year ago. We'll need to make some kind of memory device and use it on just that. Nothing more important. I installed Copilot. I'm worried it'll mess me up. You know what I've heard of people doing? I think Matt does this on Discord, which is set a hotkey that without it, you can't actually load up Copilot. So for example, if I just press enter here, it'll probably suggest something. Or if I do like this, this is Copilot. But if I had it so that I had to press a hotkey to do it, then it really can't mess you up because you just don't press the hotkey if you don't want to. Don't help my current state of being secondary. No, I like talking to people and everything. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to just backtrack here. I guess what I mean is like growing the stream is not a major goal. I feel like the perfect number of viewers is somewhere between about 100 and 150 as far as interactivity versus productivity goes. I think once you get more than about 200, 250, then I feel like there are more conversation topics than you can get through. And that's when productivity starts to take a hit and you need to like purposely scale back on interactivity. My chat has just gotten quieter and quieter. Like every metric has been falling. I think part of the reason for that, one, is I'm not focusing on growing the stream, but two, and I realized this a couple of years ago at least, like Twitch isn't a good place for growth as a dev stream. I think it's other platforms are, and you pull them into Twitch. And I'm not on other platforms really. Well, Liquidor, I'd like to hear how your experience is as you continue to use Copilot, because I think it's been pretty good. Using it as a tool to help you as a solo dev, yeah. Plus, it lets me stay in touch with other people, keeps me sane. It's not just for motivation, it's also for sanity. All right. So what do we just do? We got rid of the hire adventurer button. Yeah. The UI needs to be scaled back now, huh? We should put this inside of a VBox container so we don't need to automatically do this. Let's do that. VBox container and then make scene root. Shouldn't that have just automatically done this? I think so. Oh, I think it worked. Yeah. I might have just needed a save. Only took me 5 years to muster the courage. I think you even mentioned this on YouTube on the video I made. Also, I think it's worth like it's a very important thing to note. If you are trying to grow your stream, and I think you should figure out why you're trying to grow it, then yeah, I think you should be cognizant that it's probably not going to happen on Twitch. And the people I think who've gotten the biggest on Twitch in the software development category have either been doing it for a very long time or they've been pulling people in through YouTube. And I think that's probably the best route there. How are we doing in the keeping you sane department? A-okay. Thought dawned on me while watching some big streamers set up, and I realized the experience for them is very different. Like as a viewer, you have someone interacting with you live and you see movement on a screen, a person. As streamer's just quiet and you see a chat. Yeah, but it's still enough. Like I'm hearing a voice, even if it's just my voice. But I wouldn't be hearing my voice if I were here alone. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are we doing wrong here? Set up menu. VBox container can't be converted to town menu. Why is this even a VBox container? Oh, there's something above node. I guess we set this to control. Why was it? I'm confused. Something is getting the town menu. Yeah, I'm confused. Look at the stream when you say uh-oh. So all the time then, it's still failing. What am I doing wrong here? Cast a VBox container to a town menu. This shouldn't be a problem because town menu should be a parent of VBox container anyway. Oh my God. Oh, I put this on the wrong spot. Whoops. Put that back there. And now this actually should be able to be a node again, I think. You should be insane by now. I think some people stream in a way that really isn't sustainable and would make them insane. Like if you let chat pick your music for 2 years on end, you'll probably go nuts. I think that's what happened to Forzen way, way back when. Okay. We got rid of the button. Well, I guess we haven't fully accommodated this new stuff. It'll cost 20G. Does that price go up? I don't think so. Did anything call hire random adventurer now? Create instance might? Grant most things does. I kind of like hire random adventurer. I think I want to keep that. It's being used. There's that as well, but it's also not like crazy code or anything. Just remap your keyboard. Oh man. Hey again, potato. Favorite language? I usually just say my favorite language is whatever I'm using at the time. I think C# pretty good right now. When I was using TypeScript, I thought TypeScript was pretty good. If I used Rust for long enough, I'd probably be like, yeah, Rust is pretty good. Is that insanity? Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Okay, so I don't care about this. We need this in the guild master now. 10 out of 10. Rating your own jokes. All right, how do we spawn this thing? Is there like a guild? No, it's a hire adventurer dialogue. Where do we come up with the text for this? Oh, is it just baked into the scene itself? It probably is. No, it's not. What? What is setting the cost, for example? Set labels. Oh, that's on the section though. What is doing this? I have no idea where that 20 gold is coming from. What does the dialogue even say? Looks like you need to hire an adventurer. Looks like you need here. Oh, it's pay to hire adventurer. Oh, my bad. Okay, so this is what we need to go modify, and we need this code here for this. So we need to know when you've hired an adventurer. Update hire adventurer button. I guess we'll call it hired adventurer. No, we probably should keep that. Yeah. Oh, set state of buttons requiring adventurers. So leveling up is currently happening from the UI and probably doesn't get enabled properly. I think the button doesn't even get enabled properly anymore. Botland theme song. Yeah. I mean, if Botland isn't really in the public consciousness, I could just steal the music from it, right? Is it stealing when you take something from yourself? Someone in chat asks who you're talking to. You look at the chat history and VODs and there's no such person. Is this like a beautiful mind on Twitch? So town get adventurer. This is not. Oh wait, this is sort. Count. What this is link New functions need to be imported. You can only hire adventurers through here, so just this text needs to change at some point. In fact, what do we don't even need to dynamically change something, right? Yeah, we just need to know how many of these you have. And this is probably going to have to change too. So this is when you're at the maximum. There's a YouTube live stream. There is. We have had one chat message since I've started saying hello. My people on YouTube aren't as talkative. Also, they are less numerous. All right, so this tells you if you're at the maximum. Bool at max equals this. We need the, oh, the cost is already there. Oh, what? That means that 20 is dynamic? Oh, yeah, it's 20, 20, 90. I didn't realize that. I just assumed it was a problem when there were two 20s in a row. Well, well, well. Okay, so we don't need this? We just get the cost and we check if we're at max. And if you're at max, then we just don't do anything for you here. Pay to hire adventure. Oh, no, you wouldn't even gotten to this dialogue, though. Oh, man, I just, whatever. Does this know that you can't hire one? Set labels. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. What does the dialogue say? Wait, no, the hire. What am I? My goodness, I'm being a dummy. I'm being a total dummy. All right, if at max, you have, you've already hired all of the adventurers that I know. All right, that's it. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so we build the guild. We grant ourselves a bunch of money. We hire an adventurer. First one, pick a rogue. Hire another one. Hire another one. Click again. Oh, there's a fourth one, yeah. You've already hired all the adventurers that I know. I think these buttons should change then. Lore, who's the narrator? This is the guild master you're talking to. You built a guild and now there's the guild master. All right, yeah, we got to change the buttons. I don't think it makes sense to have two of those. So hire button dot hide. And what's the other button? Close button dot text equals okay, unhappy face. What should we say? I don't know. Oh, quickly looks at Twitch chat. I see these messages. I don't know if the unhappy face is a dumb addition for this. Let's go take a look. Grant, build, hire, and you've already hired all the adventurers that I know. Yeah, I don't like an unhappy face on the button. If anything, we'd put it here. Actually, go and return some videotapes. Yeah. It's a very advanced skincare routine. You wouldn't understand. Okay, I think we're done with this. Yeah. Did we cover everything that was in here? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Wow. I only just broke the level up dialogue, didn't I? Do I have adventurers? No. But if I hire one, yeah, and this dialogue does not know about it. So as long as this exists, we should probably put that code back in. Let's undo a little bit of this. Yeah, here, this needs to be back in. And this needs to be there. Yeah. So we're going to say update level up adventurers button. Oh, that already exists. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, we can just put this here then, right? there's just skill tree and this is so stupid. What am I doing? What am I doing? We should just call this function from here. There, done. Are we good now? I probably messed this up. All right, so level up is disabled, adventurer skills is disabled. As soon as you hire an adventurer, it should become enabled. Yeah, good. And when you hire a new adventurer, it should show up in this dialogue. Yeah, perfect. Nice, 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 nice. Well, well, well. Yeah, by the way, the kind of work we're doing here, I feel is the kind of work we're going to need to do for like 2 straight months, where it's just make things slightly better. I am just really, really hoping that for checkpoint number 3, people play it and they're like, yeah, it seems like a good game. You should make more content. And that's it. And then that's what we'll go do. And we'll polish everything. But in checkpoint number 2, they said, I'm confused about this. I'm not totally happy with some of the things that exist. That's all very fair feedback. And that's why we're addressing this. But yeah, this is generally not the most exciting work, I feel. And we have quite a lot of it to do. Yeah, all right. So we removed the update, removed the hire adventurer button. Yep. Move the hire adventurer button. The guild master already accomplished this function, already fulfilled this function. However, they didn't have a special dialogue for when you were already at the maximum number of adventurers, but they do now. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's a closed source code you talk about in the Q&A? The closed source is just the entire game. Like, if you wanted to go look at the code for my bot, it's there on GitHub, and you can take a look at it. If you want to look at the code for Skeleseller, you can't. And actually, technically, there are different levels. So closed source is obviously you don't have access to anything. Then there's visible source, which is you can see it but not use it, and that's because of licensing. And then there's what I think most people would actually like call fully open source, which is like you can see it and you can use it. And there are different grades of this too. Either it's a very permissive license or it's a more restrictive one. But yeah, the game is closed source. What I was talking about is just, if you think about game tasks, there's like make the systems in the game, make the content for the game, and then polish everything. And every game pretty much starts with like, you make some systems for it. And then you can do these other ones as you go, or you could do them at the end. Anyway, I want to get to the point where we're like, we're set. We know what systems we have. And a lot of this has been figuring out what direction we want to head in. And the way I would generally say that the evolution of this game has gone is it started and it was just battles only, no items whatsoever. And people generally didn't like that. And then it turned into, we added a town and item selling. And then what were the other big things? How did we change from checkpoint 1 to 2? I don't remember. But from checkpoint 2 to 3, we're changing, like, you're building everything up. Checkpoint 2 was, we added quests. Yeah. Copywriting code is dumb. It's a very hot take. Hatasaka. I think there's been a rise of open source products just being directly monetized by cloud platforms. Things like Terraform, oh man, I wanted to say Docker, but I don't think Docker actually fit into that category. But all of the like as a service stuff, I guess Redis to some extent. Open source is dumb too, kind of. Wait, what? Aren't these like directly opposite viewpoints saying that copywriting is dumb, but then also open source is dumb? This is, yeah, very, very bizarre take. Closed source, but don't copyright. I mean, if people don't have access to your source, what is the copyright doesn't matter as much, right? Yeah, everything you write is copywritten by default, sure. Yeah, but the take of these things shouldn't be copywritten or copyrighted, whatever, whatever the word would be for that. All right, we still have to finish this up. Maybe going with a patent angle. Maybe, but I I think whenever it comes to any intellectual property, there's no clear cut best way of doing things. I think some of it comes down to opinion and some of it comes down to broken systems and incorrect incentives and sort of lagging legislation. Watasaka. All right. Anyway, I'm fine with people sharing opinions, but what I'm not fine with is segmenting. So at least try to avoid segmenting. Never figured out if it's called override or overwrite. Is it override, overridden? It's typically overriding. When you inherit from something and you change its behavior, you'd be overriding it. And yes, it would be overridden if you were to just describe what that function is overriding. Yeah, Watasaka, you're the person I'm talking to. Please don't segment. Bugged me for years. Yeah. And overwriting would be like you have a save file and you overwrite it to a new you have a new save file over on the top of it now. Okay, let's see. So we definitely have to do this. Make sure we have signs for all three kinds of buildings. We did that. Stop giving the player a storeroom. We did that. What else is left in this task? Clear a spot for your first shop. Spot should be far enough away from the guild. Just doesn't exist at first. Allow you to build it. Yep, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Allow for building the other stuff. We don't have the portals. I should probably move the portal. Actually, no, we're gonna make a new map altogether. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Yeah. But we do need to figure out what we're gonna do with that. Figure out how you get to new locations. Do you click the portal and then build a new, I don't know. Yeah, do you click the portal? Do you start with the portal? I think the portal should probably only exist after you have an adventurer. The guild master opens it. Yeah. Or allow for saving and loading buildings. That for sure needs to be done, but I'm not going to do this anytime soon. Yeah. Maybe something you buy. It might be. I want to be careful about what you buy at the beginning of the game because the way it works right now is you need the guild to get an adventurer, to do battle, to get an item, to be able to make the shop, to get customers. And in order to do battle, you needed there to be a portal in there. So this progression makes sense to me. I think if you were like, I need an adventurer, now go build a portal, I feel like it'd be a little too much. So maybe we just give it to you. But yeah, I'm torn. And then either way, once you've learned the game, yeah, how do you get the next locations? So right now, the way that it works is every time you beat one location, you get a new one, and it's just automatic. But is that how that should work in the future? Yeah, I don't know. I think the portal should probably only exist after you have an adventure. A guildmaster opens it. Then we still need to figure out what you do once you've learned the game. Okay. All right, what else is in this task? Yeah, we're not doing this right now. I'll just bump this to the bottom. Change, get next adventurer class, so we provide a pool. Shall I give you the choice of previous adventures that you don't already have? Yeah, so that's what we got to do next. Anything that requires your attention that should have an indication you can do something. I think we've done that. Except for hiring an adventurer. Would be cool if there were items and specific items in certain locations. You need to go back and farm them. Yeah, that's already kind of the case. The instances or the locations all have certain items that can drop. So like the forest drops small blue potions, then the next place drops cloaks. And you do get quests in the game that require certain items. So like, yeah, the quests are things like you need 5 bows or 2 cloaks or something. So that's already kind of the case. All right, the guild master does not have excuse me, the guild master does not have an exclamation mark after you've clicked them the first time, I think. And maybe they should, maybe they shouldn't. So you build the guild, then you see this exclamation mark over here. So you know to click this character. When you click hire and you actually hire something, then the exclamation mark goes away. So you wouldn't know that you could click this character again. Also, their dialogue should change when you get another adventurer. I just realized that. Make the guild master's dialogue change when you already have an adventurer but aren't at the maximum. Hey, Miyazaki. Yeah. Hey, SWAT Kid. It looks great. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, there've been a lot of changes. And you can see the town now looks pretty much blank. The reason why is because I'm finally starting to work on what the new player experience is. So the way it's going to work is like this. You'll start the game. Imagine you went through the title screen and an intro cutscene and whatever. Eventually, you'll be at this point. And you can't move the camera. You can't do anything. There are no buttons here. All you can do is build the guild. So you build it. And now you can move the camera, but there's nothing in the town. So you hire your first adventurer. And now that you have an adventurer, you can start a battle. You need to make this a little bit clearer. And then once you win the battle, you'll get an item. So let's just force a win here. And once you... Wait a second. Oh, yeah. Once you get an item, you can build the alchemist. And then once you put the item on the display, customers will flood out of the portal and they can go buy your item. So this is the way we're going to slowly introduce the concepts of the game. Because otherwise, I definitely think people were confused. You did not make them spawn all at once. Yeah, in fact, let's make it a much lower chance. Just set it to like a 10% chance. It's 10% per frame. So it's practically guaranteed to happen within less than a second. Yeah, so an exclamation mark. Give the guild master an exclamation mark icon whenever you can afford a new adventurer. I don't know what's going to make it clear that you can get more adventurers from the guild master. You'll have gotten your first, but you'll probably just forget that you've gotten your first from there. And then, yeah, what happens when you want to hire your next one? How would you even know to click this? And we could, okay, it takes 20 gold. When you get to 20 gold, we could just put the exclamation mark there again. But then it's going to be there most of the time, probably. Maybe we put it there every time you have enough money, and then we hide it when you click the guild master. I don't know. I'm not going to worry about that for right now. Yeah, let's just not do anything. Also, hi, Scott. I did see you type commands earlier. If people don't explicitly say hello, sometimes I don't greet them. I don't think I was able to join a stream since the beginning of this game. Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah. The guild being pretty far away is because I didn't want to update the tile map just yet. I think Darkstorm's going to do that. And we've been talking about what should it look like. And one of the things I think is a little strange right now is it's all surrounded by water. So it's like you have a moat. but I don't think we're going to keep that. I think we're going to put mountains in the top and probably like forest on the sides, and your town area will look a little bit different. What would you recommend to someone completely new to coding to learn to make games? I have a command that almost specifically talks about this, just not for games necessarily. So when it comes to making games, my advice would be pick a game engine that looks interesting. It doesn't really matter too much, and then use what they recommend. So if it's Unity, probably C#. If it's Godot, probably GDScript. And if it's Unreal, probably either Blueprints or C++. And yeah, there you go. But yeah, that thing I pasted in chat, I think is the real thing to read. Because in short, I don't think it matters what you learn. You'll probably learn more than one thing if you like what you're doing. So just cut out all the decisions at the beginning so that you can get to the point where you like what you're doing. All right, what else do we have here? See if we can put this code back in. It's what lets you click start battle. Oh yeah, something needs to tell you to start a battle. Something needs to guide you on how to start a battle. Then fade in the guild, explain why the guild is a signboard. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like all of these tasks are a mix of do it well enough for now, knowing that I've got to come back to it later, and figuring how good is good enough. Yeah, Enzo, I wish you luck. I think it's I think a lot of people who get into this sort of thing can approach it in a lot of the hang on one second. Interesting. In the wrong way. And some of the wrong ways are like over preparation, I guess. Like you plan this entire game and it's your dream game you want to make, and then you're like, now I'm going to learn how to make that game. And I don't think it usually ends up working that way. I think generally a good way to approach it is just like download the stuff. Don't wait for the perfect time. Just download it, tinker around, see how you feel. And then probably try making some really simple games like Pong or like Tetris. And in fact, actually, there was a resource someone had shared with me that said like, I don't know how I'd find this, like games to make as a beginner. Tetris, Breakout, Pong. There was a whole list of them. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but it had a whole like set of projects you could build and had guides for how you would do it. I should probably save that resource next time I find it. Yeah. So I think we're going to do the adventurer stuff next and make sure we offer a new pool or adventurers from a pool. At first, it can just be a random set of the remaining ones. Yeah. Some of these guys you on how to start a battle. Guildmaster's dialogue change when you have an adventurer. You're going to get new locations, leveling up. Yeah. All right, yeah, we're just going to keep working on this, I think, in the afternoon. Let me check this in. Actually, let's try this out. I didn't actually look at what it looks like. Also, it's done in process, not physics process. Should probably be in physics process. So we hire a character, we create a battle, win the battle. We get our item, we build the alchemist. And then customers will flood out of this thing once we put the item down. So yeah, I want to see how quickly they flood out of it now. Should be 1/5 as fast. Yeah, good. Okay. They're a little bit more staggered. We could make it even more staggered. Like I could change this to 0.05, something like that. It doesn't really matter. The captions feature is interesting. The captions feature existed on Twitch pretty much forever. I only just started using captions maybe in March or something. So yeah, I was not using it back in the botland days. Reduce customer spawn frequency. This is just a quick change but eventually we'll want totally different logic here, e.g. throttling customers so that they don't show up too quickly, and not just basing on total randomness. There's one other change I wanted to make really fast, which is this one. The Guildmaster's dialogue should change when you, what is it? Yeah, it looks like you need to hire an adventurer. This should know how many adventurers you have. So int num adventurers is equal to this. Yep, num adventurers. So if you have 0, if num adventurers equals 0, then we use this text. If it is at max, then we use this text. If it's anything else, we can just say, what should they say? Like, I've got another adventurer for you to hire. Do you want to hire another adventurer? This one will cost you, there. Let's test that out. I mean, the code is straightforward enough. I doubt I made a bug there. So the first one, looks like you need to hire an adventurer. I can find one for you if you'd like. It'll only cost you 20 gold. Hire. Okay, so then you get to pick. Then the next time, do you want to hire another adventurer? This one will cost you 20 gold. Hire. We pick. Then when you hit the max, it says you've already hired all the adventurers that I know. Okay. Nice. That's it. That was the only change. Change Guildmaster dialogue. When you have at least one adventurer but aren't at the max, the text is now slightly different. Cool. Journal time. Spent the morning working on the new player experience. Yeah. Probably going to spend the afternoon working on it too. But it's lunchtime for now. It is 11:48. Remember, tomorrow is the start of a vacation, and August 28th is the first stream back from vacation. And the main goal when we get back is going to be work toward checkpoint number 3. However, we also have the return of a lot of other content. So mentoring, interviews, and then a UI and UX mentoring session where I'm the mentee. I can't type. And then, yeah, launch at the end of the month. So I'm really excited about that. I really, really can't wait. I think it's going to be good. And it's not like all the hard work stops then. then we have the march toward the full launch of the game. And when there is so much work to be done for that. Like so much. Yeah. But that's all after today. The rest of today is going to be, I'm going to go take a lunch break. It'll probably be about an hour. And then we'll do another maybe 2 to 3 hours of streaming. Hey, Dyseth. So I hope you've enjoyed so far. I hope you'll join me for the afternoon. But if you can't, that's totally fine. Just remember there won't be streams until August 28th. What will I do for vacation? I haven't shared yet. So here's the command for that. But yeah, like I said, thanks for watching. I'll be back in about an hour. Catch you later.